So here we go. There's a nice antiquity here for us to climb up. Lovely. During this game, you'll pick up various weapons to be used in various ways. A lot of them have alternate sort of fire options, which can make things very interesting. For instance, your shotgun that you get later can fire off like fire rounds, and basically just sprays fire everywhere with each shell. Which is great. Again, check that scenery out. Beautiful. So you'll have lots of things like this in here. I mean, like I said, this is only the beginning, but you'll find there'll be lots of wall scrambling, lots of like clean ledges, etc., etc.
Sam's pack.
And as I said, one thing I found with the other Tomb Raider games is there was story there, but it wasn't massive, it wasn't huge.
Sam!
It was almost, it's just going on in the background. What's really important is the puzzles. This, they've kind of taken it the other way around, and so it's very story rich. A lot of the tombs that you can raid are almost all optional, and they're great. There's a lot of rewards for people who like leveling up, want more skill points, etc. Doing these optional tombs is one of the easiest ways to get a hold of more skill points. Oh my gosh! Ah! Ow! Oh. Let's be honest, right? She's been stabbed already. Punched halfway. First she was punched in the head after almost drowning. Then she got stabbed after she set herself alight. Yeah. We seem to be... she's having a really hard time. And I've got to be honest, as the game progresses, she does end up looking a lot worse for wear. So we have a nice little outcropping, and here we carry on with the cutscene. Which
Here's the soon-to-be world.
I'm gonna skip through so as not to ruin anything for you. Now we have a very sad Lara Croft looking at a fire all alone because your friends abandoned you. Damn it.
I can't just sit here. I've got to find something to eat.
Okay, so this is cool, right? We've realised that Lara is hungry. This is great, unlike Tamagotchis, right? She tells you, as opposed to giving you a stupid picture above her head. So that's great. So she's hungry. Oh, and look at that.
God.
Convenient,
What's going on here?
but slightly cool. Okay, we're not going to eat him, by the way, in case you were thinking. No, we're going to take the bow. We're not uncivilized quite yet. The bow, it becomes one of your main weapons. And the things you can do with it, I've not unlocked everything for it yet. I'll be honest, I spent a lot of time upgrading the pistol and assault rifle. Which, great fun to use as well. But the bow, it's silent kills at range. If you can take people out, and as long as people don't watch you kill somebody with it, they're not going to notice, which is great when you're fighting crazy people later. So here, we can be all kind of levels of cruel. For instance, birds. We don't like birds, but what we can do is we can, when we scavenge off corpses, we gain XP, particularly with animals. Upgrading weapons requires something called salvage, which you can pick up if you buy a particular perk. By the way, if you go in here you can see useful things. Most of it's greyed out, but in there is a book. Now those books are basically documents that you can pick up. These documents are very, very useful because it gives you more background story, but again, optional. Right, my poor Lara is still hungry. Let's go kill something. In particular, what we're after is that. Zoom in, and this is when you see what a useless hunter I am, and that if you were alone in the wilderness would make it. Oh. Well, at least he stopped. Gotta give him some credit there, I guess. But there we go. And so basically she's happy because she's looking at the poor thing, which is still alive.
Sorry.
I don't know, I'd have tried to put it out of his misery or something, I reckon, but I guess Lara Croft is just, you know, a lot colder than I am. And yes, if you're asking why hasn't she dealt with her wounds yet, I don't have an answer, but I can only assume she did something in the time it went from, you know, last night to, you know, this morning. Wonderful, my dear. Look at that, you have successfully made an incision into a deer. And there we go. Right, okay, so here we are back at camp. It's here that we really get to play around with things. Right, it's pulling me into the skill point system, which is great. Right, you've got tiers. There are 3 trees, but there are only 2 unlocked to begin with. The third one unlocks a bit later on. The hunter, it's all about, well, killing stuff, carrying more ammo, etc. It's the survivor one that you'll find is the most useful. For instance, I will often go for survivalist, because with survivalist I can loot my animal corpses and food caches for extra XP, which is great. More XP, level up quicker, more skill points. You also got things for salvage, which is what you would use to upgrade your weapons. So here, it won't let me play around with it all. The unavailable bit, the middle one, in case you can't see me, I'm pointing at it, is the quick travel option. To be honest, when you're playing through the game the first time round, unless you want to try and get 100% completion first time round, you're probably not going to use it a whole lot, if at all. But the far one is what you use salvage for, and basically you'll be making your weapons stronger, upgrading them, and throughout the course of your journey you will be finding quite specific upgrade parts. And after finding, for instance, take the bow, if you find 2 bow parts, you will then upgrade your bow into I think it then becomes the recurve bow, which is a lot stronger, does a lot more damage, and you've got a lot more options for upgrades. For instance, more damage, more accuracy, fire arrows. Some things are unlocked through the story, others are unlocked simply because you've bought them with salvage, which is great. It's great. For instance, the pistol has like a 3 burst mode. That's not found during the story, that's just you buying the skill. Personally, I never bothered. I never bother using it. But yeah. Okay guys, here is an optional tomb. Now, the concept is very simple, by the way, in case you're looking at my Lara and going, she looks a lot different than she did beforehand. This is my finished game Lara. Basically you have a tomb, and it's very, very simple. Again, survival mode's a great way to work out exactly what you really need to be dealing with. They always have campfires in there for saving, etc. But there's one puzzle, and we're in it. Once I've solved that puzzle, the goal is to get up onto that top ledge up there, and when I'm up there, there'll be a treasure chest. I'll basically get a skill point from completing the whole thing as a pat on the back. Good job, Mike. And that's what I'll be rewarded with. I will not ruin this puzzle for you, because I have no doubt that there will be people going, "Don't tell us how to do it. We want to work it out for ourselves, Mr. Michael. Please be quiet." So I will not tell you how it works, but it's pretty obvious when you think about it. for like 10 minutes, which is what I had to do. So yeah, that is a tomb. Okay, here we've got a bit of combat. As you can see, I've got various choices. I can kill this guy with a well-placed arrow, or possibly even use the assault rifle, pistol maybe. The beauty of the whole thing is you can adjust your combat style to suit what you're fighting. The things called executions, which basically look like that, and you get nice rewards and stuff for it. Here we've got incoming. Okay, not cool. And that's just a little taste of combat. I mean, while you're playing this, you'll find that there'll be lots of opportunities to play around with this, and when you're not jumping from roof to roof, you'll find that you're in quite vicious combat. In case people are wondering exactly how long it takes to play the game, Steam told me I had about 16 hours on the clock. I probably would turn around and go, if you were just doing story and ignoring a lot of other things, you've probably maybe got a sort of a 9-hour story, maybe, to the whole thing. Like I said, there is as I may have mentioned beforehand, there is a multiplayer to the game. I've played a little bit of it. It's not going to win any awards, but if you really like the setup, they've got some interesting game modes like Survivor, as opposed to the usual team deathmatch, which is well, you know, it's there's nothing new and original there. Right, well, it's well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's goodbye from Lara. Goodbye. Goodbye from Bob. Brains. And goodbye from me. Take care, guys. Bye.